सुव्यवस्थितं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णा पादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita today, 12th chapter, 20th verse. You can repeat after me. Etu dharmamritam idam.
Etu dharmamritam idam.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Bhaktastetiva me priya.
Bhaktastetiva me priya.
Etu dharmamritamidam.
Etu dharmamritam idam.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Bhaktastetiva me priyaah.
Bhaktastetiva me priya.
Etu dharmamritamidam.
Etu dharmamritam idam.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Bhaktastetiva me priyaah.
Bhaktastetiva me priya.
Yeah. Anyone would like to recite the verse?
Etu dharmamritam idam.
Etu sadramidam.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Itoktam paryupasate.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Bhaktastetiva me priya.
Bhaktastetiva me priyaah.
Yetu dharmamritam idam
Hetu dharmamritamidam.
yathoktam paryupasate
Itoktam paryupasate.
shraddhadhanaha matparama
Shraddhadhana
bhaktaste ativa me priyaha.
bhaktastetiva me priyaah.
Yeto dharmamritam idam.
Etu dharmamritam idam.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Yatoktam paryupasate.
Shraddhadhana matparama.
Shraddhadhana parama.
Bhaktaste tiva me priyaha.
Bhaktastetiva me priyaah.
Etu dharmamritamidam
Etu dharmamritam idam.
yatoktam paryupasate
Itoktam paryupasate.
shraddhadhana matparama
Shraddhadhana matparama.
bhaktaste tva me priyaha.
Bhaktastetiva me priyaah. Okay, we'll go for word. A.
Hey. Yay.
Those who.
those who,
tu,
to,
but,
but,
dharma,
dharma,
religion,
religion,
of religion,
of religion, amrutam,
amritam,
nectar,
nectar,
idam,
idam,
this,
this,
yata,
yata,
yeah, as,
as,
uktam,
Uktam,
said,
said,
paryupasate,
Paryupasate,
completely engage,
completely engaged,
shraddadana,
Shraddhadhana,
with faith,
with faith,
matparamah,
Matparama,
taking me, the Supreme Lord,
taking me, the Supreme Lord,
as everything.
as everything.
Bhaktah,
Bhakta,
devotees,
devotees,
they,
they,
ativa,
Ativa,
very, very,
very,
may, to me, priya,
Priya,
very dear. Sorry, dear.
dear.
Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Purport. In this chapter, from verse 2 through the end, from Mayavesha Mano Emam, fixing the mind on me, through Etu Dharmamritam Idam, this religion of eternal engagement, the Supreme Lord has explained the processes of transcendental service for approaching Him. Such processes are very dear to the Lord, and He accepts a person engaged in them. The question of who is better, one who is engaged in the path of impersonal Brahman or one who is engaged in the personal service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was raised by Arjuna. And the Lord replied to him so explicitly that there is no doubt that devotional service to the personality of Godhead is the best of all processes of spiritual realization. In other words, in this chapter, it is decided that through good association, one develops attachment for pure devotional service and thereby accepts a bona fide spiritual master, and from him begins to hear and chant and observe the regulative principles of devotional service with faith, attachment, and devotion, and thus becomes engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. This path is recommended in this chapter. Therefore, there is no doubt that devotional service is the only absolute path for self-realization, for the attainment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonal conception of the Supreme Absolute Truth, as described in this chapter, is recommended only up to the time one surrenders himself for self-realization. In other words, as long as one does not have the change to associate with a pure devotee, the impersonal conception may be beneficial. In the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, one works without fruitive result, meditates and cultivates knowledge to understand spirit and matter. This is necessary as long as one is not in the association of pure devotee. Fortunately, if one develops directly a desire to engage in Krishna consciousness in pure devotional service, he does not need to undergo step-by-step improvements in spiritual realization. Devotional service, as described in the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, is more congenial. One need not bother about materials to keep body and soul together, because by the grace of the Lord, everything is carried out automatically. Okay. So once again, the translation. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Okay. So let's see. So this is the last verse of the 12th chapter, and it's a conclusion by the Krishna. So if we notice, like this verse, like next like a few minutes, we are going to discuss in three parts. First one is I have divided this talk as three parts. One is Mat Parama. How can one make Supreme Lord as a supreme goal? Like this translation says, making me the supreme goal. So how can we make him as a supreme goal, Krishna? And next one is how the devotional service is eternal. Here it says imperishable. So how that is eternal, how that is imperishable. Third one is Shraddha. So these three stages we will discuss. First one is Mat Parama. So Mat Parama, how can we realize, like, how can we make Krishna as the goal? So let's see this verse in a way, like, how the flow went. Like from first, like Arjuna asked whether serving the impersonal concept of the absolute truth is better, or the personal form serving personally is better. So Krishna clearly said the impersonal path is troublesome. Kleshodikataras desham avyakta sakta chetasam. Avyaktahi gatir dukkam dehavadbhir avapyate. So Krishna clearly said this, the path, going for the impersonal, engaging in the service of the impersonal, thinking Lord as impersonal, is a very troublesome. Okay, so and next onwards, like Krishna started explaining the different levels Krishna provided, and Krishna showered his incredible mercy, making that at any level a conditioned soul can start the bhakti. So he showered his mercy, like saying that one, if you can't do this, go for this. If even you can't do that one, go for this, like that. So Krishna climbed down step by step and showered his mercy. And last verse, Krishna says here in 20th verse, saying that one, Mat Parama. Mat Parama means making him, like Krishna, as goal, supreme goal. So first thing is we need to realize the reality. That when we realize what is the reality, then we can think about that one. So let's see what is that reality. So the basic step starts in spirituality, realizing that we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay. Then after that thing, that second step is body is temporary, soul is eternal. Then the next step is the soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Third step. These are the basic things, like when we inquisitive ourselves about throughout the spiritual journey, these are the steps we come, like in self-realization very first. Then after realizing that one, so we come to know this body is temporary, and soul wise we are eternal, and we are part and parcels of Krishna. Okay. Now Prabhupada said this body is temporary, that's correct, but we have to use this one as the best use of a bad bargain. So Prabhupada said bad bargain means how this body is bad bargain is, this is prone to for the suffering. So through the body we are feeling happiness, and the same thing at the same time suffering. So this body is through the media we are feeling happiness and suffer, and this material world already Krishna described in 8th chapter, Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. So after knowing body is temporary and soul is eternal, then we need to know the qualities of the soul and the body. So body is temporary but we need to use it as a best use of bad bargain. And soul characteristics Krishna already explained in chapter 2, it's immutable, nobody can slay the soul, it's eternal, all the qualities. Then after the next step, knowing about the importance of the body. So we all have the human body. So what is the importance of the human body? So from the scriptures, let's see some references. It says, so in 7th canto, 6th chapter, first verse, Prahalad says, Kaumara acharet prajno dharman bhagavataniha durlabam manasham jarma tadyapi adruvam artadam. So Prahalad Maharaj says here two things. One is, one should start devotional service at very early age. Kaumara macharit prajna dharman bhagavataniha. Then third, next one is Durlabham Manasham Janma. It's a very, very difficult and rare to achieve this kind of body. And next, what are the qualities of that body? Adruvam, it's temporary. And Arthadam, it's a full of meaning. Even though it's temporary, but there is a full of meaning. Why that one? Because even a slight amount of only the human body is in this one, it is meaningful because a human life one can perform the devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. That is the speciality of the human form. So let's see the other another verse which describes the importance of the human form. So it's from 11th canto, 9th chapter, 29th verse. Labdva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manushyamattadam anityamapi hadiraha turnam yetana pati tanumrutyyavan nishreyashaya vishayaha kalu sarvataha syat. So these were spoken by Navayogendras, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quoted this verse he Maharaj, he hung this verse on the wall to remember the importance of the human birth. And this, what is the meaning of this verse? It's a very, after many births and deaths, one will achieve this rare form of human form of life. So, but although it's temporary, Manushyam, Anityam, Arthadam, Anityam. So, Anityam means it's not eternal, it's a temporary. And Dhiraha means the sober person who is intelligent. What he will do? Turnam means immediately. What he'll do immediately? Etetana patet anumrutyu yavan. Eteta means he endeavor immediately, knowing that one, this body is temporary and it is destined to fall down for the mrutyu, anumrutyu yavan. So anytime it's going to face the mrutyu. So before that one, he want to use this body as a best use of bad bargain. So that's why the intelligent person use this body in a best way. So it says nishreyashaya vishayaha kalu sarvataha syat. So even though this sense gratification is available, even the most abominable species of life, but Krishna consciousness is possible only for the human being. So this is the importance of the body, human body. We can use it. Okay, next, and we'll go for the so now we come to know the importance of the human body. Now what we need to do? So we come to know we are not this body, we are the soul, and the soul is eternal and everything. Then now what we need to do with this body? We come to know the importance of the body. But with this body, we need to realize that one, this is not the place where we supposed to stay. And this is not the place where we belong to. So then what is the place where we belong to? As I said, like soul as a part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna is in spiritual world, and the soul is the default constitutional position of the soul is Jivera Swarupahai Krishnera Nityadas. So the soul is basically the servant of Krishna. The servant has to stay with the master to serve master. But we are very far in in our own created world, can't serve the master directly. But we are searching here for the happiness where in a wrong place. So the bliss is going to come for the servant when he serves the master and pleases the master with his whatever talents he has. So that is the thing we need to achieve with this body. So how we can achieve that one? There are Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna has been told like lot of times, by surrendering to me, you will come to me. But once you come to me, you no need to take birth again. So Mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. So once you come to me, punarjanma na vidyate. There is no again birth again. And even in 12th chapter, Krishna says, Mrityu samsara vatmani. So not Mrityu samsara vatmani. What is? Yeah, Mrityu samsara sagarat. In 12.7, Krishna says that one, I am the swift deliverer for the soul who has developed all the qualities given in the verse. So Krishna is the one, he is going to deliver that soul from the repeated cycle of birth and death. So this is the thing Krishna is going to give us. So and in Bhagavatam, like, you know, how we can use this body to cross this ocean of nescience. We'll see that first, like 11th canto, 20th chapter, 17th verse. So it says, Hrudehamadhyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanukule nanapasvateritam puman bhavabdim na taret na atmaha. So this verse is saying, how can we use this body as a boat? So this body, plavam means the boat. Plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam means, so hrudeha madhyam sulabham sudurlabham. Again, it's saying it's a very, very impossible to cross the ocean of this material ocean, but by making this body as a boat and Guru Karnadaram, by hearing the instructions of the Guru. So having the instruction of the Guru, Guru is making Guru as a captain of the boat. It means that Guru guides the boat. So it's captain, how boat is in the control of the captain. Same thing, we the body is a plavam, is boat, but the captain is Guru. And next, what is the Mayanukulena Nabhasveteritam means the instructions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the scriptures are the favorable winds which helps us to move forward on the water in the ocean of material existence. Then Puman means the human being who has taken shelter. Puman Bhavabdim means the ocean of nescience, our material existence. Bhavabdim na taret atmaha. So whoever not use this body as a boat to cross the ocean of material existence, they are called as atmaha. They are the killer of their own soul. So if we don't use the body properly in such a way we're supposed to use, then that is like, you know, just waste of the time. And it's mentioned as in this verse as atmaha. So it's a killer of this self, killer of the self. So this is a very nice analogy we can like, you know, implement in our practical spiritual way. Even in this verse, Prabhupada Purport, it says very clearly, it's like one develops attachment for pure devotional service and thereby accepts a bona fide spiritual master, and from him begins to hear and chant and observe the regulative principles of the devotional service with faith, attachment, and devotion, and thus becomes engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So this is the how, like, you know, we need to make Guru as the captain of the boat of our body. So this is the one more verse, and there are a lot of verses which we can say, like, you know, yeah, one more verse is Sammashritaye padapallavaplavam mahatpadam punyesho murare bhavambuter vassa padam param padam yet vipadham natesham. So in this verse again, there is a way how to get out of this material world is one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Murari. Murari means who is the killer of the Mura demon. So that's nothing but Murari is Krishna. So who has taken the lotus feet of Krishna as the shelter, what this ocean, like in the ocean of this material existence, the huge ocean is going to become like a small water, like, you know, small water contain, like, you know, with the size of the calf hoof print. So the leg, like, you know, the feet of the calf, like, you know, print, like, you know, it's very, very tiny. So how much water we can fill in that one? This big ocean, Bhavabdi, is going to become that much, who has taken shelter. And their goal is Parampadam. Parampadam is the supreme destination, supreme personality of Godhead, to reach Krishna, the spiritual world. Not the world where Padam yet vipadam natesham, not this world where there is a danger at each and every step. So clearly it's saying the goal of life is Krishna. Whoever takes Krishna the shelter, they will get rid of this repeated cycle of birth and death. Then one more verse is there, like in all these are the solutions Krishna is giving. Whoever takes shelter of Krishna, then what are the results, and how can we take a shelter, like, get out of this material world. So it's a 1634 verse. It says, एतद्धियातुरचित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छया मुहुः भवसिन्धु प्लवो द्रष्टो हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्. So this verse is spoken by Narada Muni. So Narada Muni is telling in this verse, personally experienced by me, so it's Narada Muni, that those who are always full of cares and anxieties due to the desiring contact of the senses with their sense objects can cross the ocean of nations on a most suitable boat. What is that boat? The constant chanting of the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, the boat. So it's all plavam. Plavam means like get rid of this ocean, is we need a boat to travel on that one. So this is the one, like again, the suitable boat, it says. Then one more verse I'll quote from the 12th canto, 4th chapter, 48th verse. Again, this is a nice verse which says, for a person who is suffering in the fire of countless miseries and who desires to cross the insurmountable ocean of material existence, there is no suitable boat except that of cultivating devotion to the transcendental taste for the narrations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's pastimes. Again, the boat, it says, what is a suitable thing? By cultivating devotion to this transcendental taste for the narrations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one has to get the taste for the Leela Katha Rasa. So Leela Katha means pastimes, glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are the things which shows, like, by taking shelter of Krishna, what result we are going to get, how we need to take a shelter. So in this way, knowing about the Krishna by scriptures, one can make Krishna as the ultimate goal. That's what this verse is saying. Mat Parama. Mat Parama means we can make Krishna as supreme goal. Okay, then coming to the next point, as this devotional service here mentioned as imperishable. Imperishable means there is no end for this one. So how it is imperishable and eternal, we will see. So already the qualities of this knowledge is described in 9th chapter, 2nd verse. Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So in that verse, all the qualities of this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is described. There it comes Avyayam. Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Avyayam means everlasting. There is no stop. It's eternal. So how is this eternal? In practical way, let's see. So we all know that the material education is going to stop by the death, and when the soul takes new birth, it has to start again from the scratch. But the spiritual knowledge is not like that. It's carry forwards where we stopped. So in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 40th verse, Krishna says, Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahatho bhayat. So there is no loss or diminution in the path of this little advancement on this path. One that whatever little advancement or little thing service they provided, it's going to save one from the most dangerous type of fear. So the most dangerous type of fear of the soul is death. So in that purport, say now we have seen the importance of the human birth. So if you have the book and you can go and see the 240 in the purport, Prabhupada clearly mentions, I want to read as it is, that last paragraph, material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured Brahmana or in a rich aristocratic family. That will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of the work done in Krishna consciousness. So we have seen the references from the Bhagavatam and everything. So the importance of the human form of life. But Prabhupada is assuring like one who is practicing Krishna consciousness, if anything need to done in the devotional service, for sure they will attain the human form of life. So what a benediction Prabhupada is showering on a conditioned soul who has taken the shelter of the scriptures. So it's Acharya is saying that one, for sure one will get a human body. So even the same question asked by Arjuna in 6th chapter, Arjuna asks, what will happen if a yogi, travels in spiritual path, but he becomes fall down or something unsuccessful yogi, can't able to complete the devotional path. So again, Krishna says there, prapya punya krutam lokan usitva, I forgot, that was 641, that verse. Give me 1 second. Yeah, prapya punya krutan lokan ushitva shashwati samah suchinam shrimatam gehe yogo brashto vichayate. There Krishna says, so one will take birth in a family of aristocratic family, or in a Brahmana family, where the soul get a chance, the unsuccessful yogi get a chance to further perform the devotional service at a very young age. So these are the Prabhupada references mentions the importance of human being body, and at the same time how the devotional service is eternal. So how the devotional service is eternal, it's avyayam, it's carry forwards wherever we stop. And in Prahlad Maharaj also, I read like a little bit sincere devotion, a sincere service which the soul performs in the devotional path is going to bring complete perfection for that conditioned soul. So that is the thing I want to add. Then next, we'll go for the how Shraddha. The word Shraddha used in this verse, if you see the verse, the Shraddha is already used in 12.2. Krishna spoke in the very first verse, reply to Arjuna's question. Maya Vishyamano ye mam nitya yukta upasate shraddhaya pariyupitas te me yukta tamomata. So there Krishna said, one has to worship me with great and transcendental faith. So now in this verse, present verse here, Shraddha Matparama. So one has to engage themselves with faith. So what is this importance of the faith Shraddha? The Krishna is stressing in 2 verses. Started answer with the Shraddha, again concluded with the answer Shraddha. So the Shraddha in the Bhakti process, the process of the Bhakti devotion, Shraddha is the very, very first stage. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, there is a verse which speaks Madhya Lila, and chapter 23, 14 and 14 to 15th verse, 14 and 15, 2 verses. So what these verses are saying, these verses are describing the stages of the Bhakti. So it says, Adav Shraddha tataha sadhu sangotta bhajana kriya, tato anartha nivrutti syat, tato nishta ruchis tataha. Ata shaktis tato bhavas tataha prema bhyudanchati sadhakanam ayam premnaha pradhurbhave bhavet kramaha. So there are the 9 stages in the Bhakti. So first one is Shraddha. Shraddha is the one which Bhakti starts. So the Shraddha means the faith. So once one starts the Bhakti with the faith, then what happens? Sadhu Sangha, by the association of devotees, what is going to happen? Bhajana Kriya starts the devotional service, performing devotional service. Then after that one, by performing the devotional service, what will happen? Anartha Nivrutti, cleansing process, purification process starts. By purification, by the purifying, after the purifying, like slowly, gradually, what will happen? Nishta, the faith becomes like firm faith, like conviction comes what we are doing. After that from faith, the nishta, then ruchi comes, the taste. So what the reciprocation of Krishna, the taste comes in what we are doing, performing the loving service towards Krishna. Then after ruchi comes asakti, attachment. I want to do more. Or desires comes like, let's do in this way, let make Krishna happy, like that. Then after asakti, bhava comes. Bhava means emotions of affection towards Krishna. Then after bhava, last stage is prema, that is love of Godhead. So in these 9 stages, bhakti is Shraddha is the very first stage. So the bhakti starts from Shraddha. So regarding related this one, I want to share one thing which I heard from the devotees. So once one person was traveling in the flight, and the flight suddenly announces there is turbulences in the flight. So just make sure that you tie the belt and take all the precautions. And the flight started shaking, like, and the person who is sitting there, and everybody got panic, and someone's are screaming, and some people are praying, someone fearing, like that. But he noticed one girl who is sitting there, like she was calm and in her world, and not getting panic and everything. Then seeing that girl, he got bewildered. And after some time, the plane safely landed to the airport. Then that time he couldn't resist, like, to ask the girl. Then he went to that girl and asked, like, everybody got panic, started screaming and everything. And then why you were not, like, she was young enough to understand the situation, but why you were, what makes you to so calm, and you are like laughing, and you are in your world. Then the girl replied, I know my dad is going to take me home safely. Then where is your dad, he asked. And she said, pilot is my dad. So the girl has a faith, such a faith, so my dad is going to take me home safely. So same thing, we should have a faith, Krishna is our protector wherever we are. So the faith starts from that faith. Remember, like, believing Krishna is our supreme protector and he will do the best for me. So that is going to develop in the bhakti with Shraddha. So even if we see a lot of things we do with faith, we believe on the material things, such a faith, like, like a blind faith, we will go doing, keep doing. Okay, it's natural, it goes, happens. See, same thing, we travel in the flight. Who will give guarantee like the flight is going to land? And when we buy, like Prabhupada says here, last sentence of this purport, one need not bother about materials to keep body and soul together, because by the grace of the Lord, everything is carried out automatically. How it is carried automatically? See, when we buy the ticket to travel in the flight, we don't check, like, whether the fuel is enough to reach this flight to the destination, or is technically everything is good enough in this flight, or is every whatever services providing is a food is ready, or whatever necessities is there in this flight is ready. No, we don't check anything. Just we'll buy in a process the ticket and we'll go and sit in the flight. So, and we have a faith that on that airways, blindly we keep faith. Oh, okay, we hardly see the reviews and go and sit in the flight, and that naturally we believe that when the flight flies and lands in the destination and we reach the destination. So this is the faith. This is the faith. So in this way, we do a lot of things with that faith. Lot of things we if we recollect, like, So, but that faith, what we keep on the material things. So the scriptures are like, giving references. Krishna is the supreme protector, like that. So we need to think about that, like, how Krishna is the supreme protector, in which way the scriptures are telling Krishna is going to save us permanently from the problem of repeated birth and death. So this is the question we can make. Even I'm telling to myself, like, when I heard this example, I can recollect a lot of things I do with a faith. Okay, if I do that one, okay, naturally it works like that, I'm doing, that's it. So if something goes wrong, then only we will realize like that then. So this is the thing we need to realize. The Shraddha is the faith. Faith is the initial step, like, starting point for the bhakti. So once the faith when we water that bhakti lata with faith, that the creeper grows by the process, by entering all these 9 stages of bhakti. But we need to take care in the middle the weeds also, which comes the anarthas or distractions or maya or whatever it's there. We need to take care of the too. So this is the called Shraddha, which Krishna spoken here in this one. So I want to stop here. So I will summarize what we discussed. So 3 phases we discussed this purport. First is Mat Parama, how can one make Krishna as the supreme goal. Second one is how the devotional service is eternal. And third one is Shraddha. So how we can make Krishna as a supreme goal? By starting the spiritual inquisitiveness, by starting knowing basic steps, the seeing the reality as realizing the reality. What is the reality? Supreme Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the cause of everything, cause of all causes. And how we connect to the Krishna is we are part and parcels of Krishna, and we are not this body, we are the soul. Body is temporary, soul is eternal. And how can we use this temporary body? This human form is temporary, but it's a meaningful, and it is going to give the greatest opportunity to get rid of this repeated cycle of birth and death. And Prahlad Maharaj said only this human form has the opportunity to serve to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even little slightest sincere service is going to make one complete perfection. And we have seen this body, how can we make as a boat to cross this ocean of material existence? By making this body as a boat and choosing a spiritual master as a captain and following the instructions from the scriptures of the Supreme Personality of God Krishna as the favorable winds which are going to help us to travel on the ocean, to get rid of this repeated cycle of birth and death. And that's what we have seen the verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And there are a lot of assurances Krishna has given. One who has taken shelter of my lotus feet, this ocean is going to become small, the water contained in the calf hoof print. And they realize that the devotees who connect to the Krishna, their goal is not this place where there is a danger at every step. Their goal is Parampadam, that is the supreme spiritual abode, spiritual world. Then after that one, we have seen the boat might be we can start. The boat is cultivating the taste for or cultivating the devotional service or interest towards the Leela, the pastimes or the Leela Katha, glories, pastimes and glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the suitable boat which is going to help us to get rid of all the miseries which we are facing in this material world. Then after that one, we have seen the importance of the human form of life, and now we move to the devotional service, how it is eternal. As Prabhupada mentioned in the 2.40, little service is not going to wane in the spiritual process. And one, it's going to help us to save from the most dangerous type of fear. And Srila Prabhupada assured that one who is engaged in the devotional service, for sure he is going to get human form of life. And Krishna also gave this verse, this answer to Arjuna. The unsuccessful yogi is going to take birth in the Brahmana family or in a rich aristocratic family where he can perform at very early age the devotional service. Then after that one, we move to Shraddha. Shraddha is a very, very important thing. That's where the bhakti starts, and it is the very first stage in the bhakti. There are 9 stages. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha is devotees association. Anartha Bhajana Kriya, performing the devotional service. Anartha Nivrutti, by performing the devotional service, one is going to get rid of this all unwanted things which we have accumulated from millions of births. After Anartha Nivrutti, the Nishtha comes, which is the firm faith. After the Nishtha comes the Ruchi. Then from Ruchi comes Asakti. From Asakti comes Bhava. From Bhava comes the Prema. So all these 9 stages are there. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. He is Mahaprabhu is by initiating the Sankirtana Yajna, chanting the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showered, Mahaprabhu is going to give the love of Godhead, love of Krishna. So directly he is Mahaprabhu is showering his mercy through by chanting the Gauranga's name and taking shelter of the lotus feet of Gauranga, Lord Gauranga. One can taste the prema, that is love for Krishna. So this is how, and we have seen the fate once taking the story of the girl who is sitting in a plane, and that's how. So I'll stop here. If anybody have any comments or questions or reflections or realizations, please feel free to share. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So I just wanted to make a comment, Vallabhi Gopi, that you
Yes,
said
ma'am.
that the human form of life is the greatest opportunity to get out of the cycle of birth and death. But I think you also mentioned that Prahlad Maharaj said it's the only opportunity to get out of the
Yes.
cycle of birth and death. It's not just the greatest opportunity, because except in very rare cases, you cannot get out of the cycle of birth and death in any other form of life, you know.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
So we do not understand how precious this human form of life is.
Yeah.
You know, that this is the only portal, so to speak, to get out of the cycle and birth and death, you know.
Yes, Mataji. As simultaneously both positives and negatives are there with humans, because human are the superior to all the this nature, like apareyam itasvanyam. He is like, little superior to the nature, like, he can construct the bridges and he can destroy the trees, that is there. But how we can use this human form of life is important. So at this present situation, so human form of life, he, like, as a human being, showed a lot of authority on the animals, killed from million, like, how many years, like, a human is killing the animals, we don't know. But as from past few months, like, how humans are suffering, world is showing so pity, like, like humans are, because see, how much human being has done towards to the animals, the cruelty. We, like, human being never thought, like, even 1 second, those many years. But now as it comes to the human beings, like, it's all things. So imagine, like, it's a COVID-19. I heard it's not an even soul or even being. It's kind of like some substance which has some structure which is going to enter in us, and it's going to spoil our health. And they're asking us to wash the hands very frequently, because the foam comes from the soap is going to dismantle the structure of the substance which cause for the disease. So the human is shivering for that, this being, human life is like, human form of, all we are shivering, like, with the fear of that COVID-19. So this world is like that, no, nothing, like, one day what is superior may become, like, down next day. So it's very, very temporary and flickering way of life in this material world. But
Yeah.
and connecting to the spiritual world, spirituality is very, very important. So today I saw one, is it corona, or is it a karma the human beings are facing? So it's a very, like, 35 ppt, like, I got in the WhatsApp, like, I didn't gone through that one, but it comes, like, reality, like, is it corona, is a, like, is it karma coming in the form of corona, or how we can take like that. So practical way we are seeing how temporary this body is. That's what, like, I realize that it's very, very temporary. We don't know when we'll come. That's why it says turnam yayeta anumrutyu, thuyam yayeta patet anumrutyu yavat. Turnam means immediately one should endeavor, because when this body is going to fall down, we don't know the death.
I know, but like Yudhishthira said, the amazing thing is we know
Yes.
how temporary this body is.
Yeah.
We see people dying every single day,
Yeah.
but we do not still recognize that this body is so temporary, it could go any minute, you know.
Yes.
It's that Maya is so strong, it pulls us into our everyday life, like as if this is the reality, you know.
Yes, Mataji. So true. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I had a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, you said there were three. I know is faith is the seed, devotion, and I can't remember what the last one was. Like faith is a seed, then devotion is like what, helping it grow like a plant, and then I can't remember what the third one was that you had said at the beginning. It was like three things.
Oh,
I know it was somewhere.
So your question is, what are the three things?
Yeah, what are the three things? Because I know it's faith, devotion. I can't remember what the third one was.
Okay,
in a way,
the
like-
three things are okay. Mat Parama, making the Supreme Lord as goal.
Okay.
How can we make the Krishna as our ultimate goal of our life?
Okay, so that's the third. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Pyari Prabhu or Jiva Mataji, would you like to add any comments, Mataji?
Just what Gitamala was saying, how the Yudhisthira Maharaj said the most wonderful thing is that we don't think we're going to die. Also, I believe partly it's because we don't die. You know what I mean? We can't imagine dying because we're an eternal spirit soul also. You know?
Yeah.
We always have been as long as we can remember.
So,
Yes,
but Jiva, even though, yeah, you're right. Like, because it is our birthright to be eternal.
You're right.
Death is foreign to us. I understand
Yes.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, we are in an artificial world, and that's the part we don't realize. You know, we are in a temporary, material, artificial world, which is not real. You know.
Right, right. That's why we can never really feel comfortable. You know, we're like fish out of the water.
I
Yes.
know, but at the same time, we do get comfortable, don't we?
Well, that's the illusion.
Yes, yeah. That's what baffles me. I'm saying.
You know, we think we can enjoy this matter, but we really can't. You know, it's like time is just, you can't grasp it. It's over. You know, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes even like when I'm looking out my window at my backyard or something, I keep thinking, this is temporary. I'm not going to be seeing this backyard forever, you know.
Right.
Yes.
But at the same time, I settle into my everyday routine,
I
like as
know.
if, you know.
We make plans like we are.
We make plans, yeah. I'm working very busy at work. I'm trying to deliver my projects, you know. So
But
I
then
just
in
get
another
into my,
sense, in another sense, you know, also, you know, you're opening the blinds. You know, another day is come and gone. You know, you're closing the
exactly,
blinds.
exactly.
Where is it? Where has it gone? That's why the practice is so important.
Yes, Mataji. I heard yesterday, like, a devotee is saying, now in the situation, like, you know, if we wake up in the morning, okay, Krishna has given one more day to do his service, like, you know, opportunity to serve one more day.
Yeah, chance to try to chant Hare Krishna.
Yes. So one more day, like, you know.
There's also one devotee on Dandavats who Pancharatna's interviewing. He relates his story of COVID-19. He experienced it for like 25 days or something, him and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good for devotees to watch, just so they're familiar if they ever get in a situation of having this COVID, what to expect. He really thought he was going to leave his body. You know, and it wasn't easy. It was very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. When it comes practical, Mataji, we can.
Yeah.
I feel that when I can like, you know, read the scriptures and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Comes practical, it's a very, very tough, like, you know, feel.
Right. Time to just
And Jiva, you don't need.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you don't need to get COVID to feel like you are almost dying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
Even if you get, you know, I remember last year getting like pneumonia, flu, and feeling like death is coming, so to speak. You know, you feel like deadly sick, and you feel so weak. It's so hard to remember Krishna, you know, in that state.
That's what he was saying. He was so weak. even his mind, he couldn't understand what people were saying. He was losing blood. You know, he'd blow his nose and he's losing blood every morning. And he thought it affected his brain because he couldn't understand what people were saying. It's, anyway, we got to practice.
I know. And we, I don't know, at least for me, when I'm feeling that deathly sick and feel like you might be dying, it is a fearful situation too, which is what we don't
Yeah.
understand, you know. I remember listening to Srila Prabhupada's lectures at like 4 a.m. in the morning because I was fearful.
Ah. So the fear worked to your advantage.
Yes, I think so. I think 4 days in a row when I was deathly sick, I actually got up at 4 a.m. and listened to Srila Prabhupada's lectures because
Yeah.
I was so fearful.
Yeah, so I want to share one thing, like as Joe Mataji, like you mentioned, like the devotee was not able to, like, you know, his body was not support, like, you know, to remember. We don't know, like, you know, we say that one death is the exam for the life, but at the death time, the body may not support to remember Krishna.
Mhm. Yeah.
See, practically what is going on in the hospitals now, like, you know, if once go out of that one, like, you know, all this practice practically seems like we may hold, but how much strictly we are going to stick to the practice of that remembering Krishna. So that's we can keep one checkpoint for our devotion at this present situation. And Prabhupada has mentioned from the, like, you know, I heard from a devotee, Prabhupada asked to memorize this verse or recite at least translation from the Mukunda Mala Sloka. It says, I'll end this call with this verse. So it says, Krishna tvadiya padapankaja panjarantam adhyaiva vishatu manasa raja hamsaha prana prayana samaye kapavata pittai kantavarodana vidau smaranam kutaste. So Prabhupada said, learn this verse, meditate on this one. So Kulshekar Alvar says in this verse in Mukunda Mala Shloka, it says, Krishna tvadiya padapankaja panjarantam. So let's my mind engage in the meditating of the lotus feet of Krishna. Adhyaiva me vishatu manasa raja hamsaha. So let the mind get controlled by engaging in by meditating on your lotus feet. Next, prana prayana samaye kapavata pittai. Prana prayana samaye. Prana means life. When the life goes off of this body, I don't know, kappa, vata, pitta means all these three substances may choke my voice. I may not call Krishna loudly because my body may not support to call me Krishna. And last line, what it says, prana prayana samaye kapavata pittai kantavarodana vidau smaranam kutaste. They are making me block the throat to call your name. So please consider, I'm calling you only, I'm calling now itself your name. Like Krishna tvadiya padapankaja, I'm calling your name now itself. Please remember that I'm calling. I don't know at the time of death, my throat may choke up with the bile, mucus and air. I may not able to in a stage to call you, but I'm calling now itself. So
yes.
this verse is very, very instructive. Like, you know, even if we can't memorize the verse, we can meditate on the meaning or learn the translation and daily recite these things is going to help to increase our bhakti.
I know. I think Srila Prabhupada even said that when somebody asked, what happens if I can't remember Krishna at the time of my death? He said, Krishna will remember you.
Yes. Even in Varaha Purana, Lord Varahadev gives that assurance. I forgot that verse, but he gives an assurance in a verse saying that when the devotees who practice the devotional service, if they can't able to remember due to the material body situations, I remember myself to them, like, you know, I make myself remembered by them, like, you know, so that they can come to me. So Lord also in Varaha Purana gives this assurance. So it's 8:04 now. So if we'll stop the call if no one has any comments or questions. Thank you all for joining. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa
Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.